That is so cool. Look at this, guys. Obviously, there's going to be some patina that happens here, but I think that's going to be the really fun part about this. Now, time for the boomerang. In one of the most unique shaped cases I've ever seen. When I saw this, when I took this out of the box, I was like, this is hilarious. It's a nice touch to the product. I will give it that. It is super neat. But it's an interesting board. It's priced interesting as well. Like, it's about $365-ish. So it'd be $350 for the raw everything. So interesting enough, I was reading some of the stuff Laminar did behind the scenes, because Laminar's the designer of this, and he did, is this correct, Laminar? 20 prototypes, which is not cheap, by the way, guys. 20 prototypes, which is definitely going to eat into cost here to get this thing 100% right. 5 redesigns over the course of 20 prototypes, is that correct? The price point for $350, I think works. You guys will see it too. It's pretty cool. Design-wise, it's pretty neat, and I think $350 works for the price here. In fact, I would even say it's a bit cheap for what you're getting here. It does have some different options. It has some coated options. It has a few anode options, and then it has a raw option with a raw copper, which is interesting. I don't know how raw copper works in the long run. Interesting though. It also has a sandblasted copper and a patina gray. The raw copper, does that have a clear coat on it, out of curiosity? It's meant to patina. Okay, so it is gonna patina, fully raw. So before we get to the actual board, we got some accessories, being the typical KVD fan screwdriver kind of thing, plus I think this is the O-ring. We have I'm assuming this is the PC plate. We have a solder PCB. We have a hot swap PCB, and then we have 2 different plates. I think these are just 2 different color plates, right? Or no, this might be a plastic plate. Oh, this is a CF plate. CF and aluminum. Pretty red plate. I would have opted for just a black plate though. So carbon fiber is kind of cool. I might use that. We'll take a look at the PCBs here in a second. I might use the carbon fiber today. And then here's what we got. Raw, baby. This thing's heavy. It's cool looking. Cool shape too. It's genuinely a really interesting shape for this. Here is the bottom of this board, and it looks even better. Look how cool, genuinely look how cool this is. I also appreciate this too. Small little design choice. I like that the feet are also boomerangs. I like that too. That's a cool choice. I really, really like that. Damn, that is so cool. Look at this, guys. Obviously, there's going to be some patina that happens here, but I think that's going to be the really fun part about this. Like, that is absolutely killer. I love the design of this too. Here's the side profile in case you guys want to see. Again, it should be rather simplistic. It's nothing too wild, but I mean, if you want a technical side profile, it'd be something like this because it's it's a boomerang shape. Very, very awesome. I like when people add these little ribs on the inside. Helps disperse some sound better. You can already see there's some patina happening on the raw copper as well. Love this though. Even the lines, like Laminar was saying as well, the lines are very well done for the machining. Keeps it nice and smooth. Very, very awesome looking keyboard. I kind of don't know what PCB I want to use. Like, I want to use the hot swap because I feel like everyone's going to get the hot swap for now, and maybe we should just use the hot swap. But layout wise, I don't think there's a single difference. The only difference is with the hot swap, it looks like there's LEDs. It's interesting that they didn't put those on this. They kind of force you to use your own LEDs for this. So if you want indicators, you have to use your own LEDs for the solder. I don't think there's a stitch of difference here though. Other than some north and south facing switches, obviously with the hot swap compatibility here, but yeah, I do, like, as much as I want to use solder today, guys, perhaps we do like a secondary build down the road, but I kind of do want to use hot swap, not because I don't want to spend some time soldering. I just feel like it's a better indication of what people will buy because that's what's available now. I know there's a pre-order for this version with the solder, and then I'm thinking we do carbon fiber plate for this. The O-ring system is going to be interesting for this too, sort of like the F1 mounting style. Also, I really have to say this too, I like the fact that this is screwed from the back. I don't even want to take this apart. Like, I really just want to throw this up on a shelf. It looks so good. I love the way the light hits everything on this. I'm also just really excited to like see how this gets captured with my camera. All right, so there is some different screw length. This goes in the bottom middle, so we gotta just remember that. Ooh, look at these lines. Look at these machining lines on this. Ooh, baby. Damn, what a pretty looking board. Here's the inside of the board. Nicer way to look at this without the top frame on it. Again, this is the raw version. God, the raw version is hot, dude. It does look good. It does look good, guys. This is going to use little O-rings as gaskets. which we've seen on boards before. So this is nothing new, but it's a mounting style that I quite like. I think, actually, what are these for, Lamb? Are these for the sides? Do I just plop these in like this? I like that. So are these technically optional, or would you recommend putting these in? Kind of does look like a mini force brake, but I think it does sit on the side of the, does it sit on the plates? Oh no, this does sit on the, actually I think it does act as a force brake. I was gonna say, does it sit on the side of the plate? It does not. Okay, interesting. Interesting, I do like this. Oh, you know what? I just noticed this on the back of the PCB too. It says Boomerang in some interesting typeface. I like that, that's cool. See, this is why you do revisions. My man's thought of it all. I mean, you can tell this is a very well thought of, like even the build process is super easy, but it's nothing, I'm gonna say this, it's nothing like intentionally crazy to begin with. The O-rings act as of their own alignment slots, so we shouldn't have any alignment issues, which is great. That's something I've been seeing a lot of brands fumble with for some reason as of late. These slot into their sockets, which double as the alignment, meaning this is not going anywhere. These little things on the side act as like a little of force brake, and there we go. So that's it there. Now we can put this in and screw it all together. Oh, dude, this is gonna look so nice with the raw aluminum here. I'm vibing with it. That looks super good with this keycap set on it, dude. That is a hot looking keyboard. You flip it over, and then we have that raw copper, which is really cool. Honestly, if you were to go with like a really gray set on this too, this would be insane. Holy smokes though, this is fucking beautiful. Nice and like light and airy sounding. The Sonias are, well, stock with factory lube. You know, I was a little worried that these might be too bright for the spacebar, but I think these actually suit the spacebar. We can try swapping out some of the alphas for like a cherry switch just to show you guys, but in fact, maybe I want the spacebars to be a little louder. Yeah, I think I might want them to be louder. I kind of want them to hit more. Maybe I swap out them for something, honestly, maybe those Type Rs. I know it's a tactile switch, but it's weird. I love the space-bars, and then I kind of want to switch the alpha switches to something less bright. These space-bars sound really good. The alphas sound nice. I like them. The feeling is light. Like it's a very soft keyboard. I would even say this is, normally I say like medium firmness, but you can even see this keyboard's moving around as I type. It has a slight plasticky taste. I do think that's just key Kobo. Like if I were to swap to some GMK keycaps, which here, let's try 2 or 3 GMK keycaps just to show you guys. Just to show you guys what this would sound like in here. Yeah, carbon fiber is also a bit more plasticky. And then we'll try some cherry switches here too. All right, and here is what the cherry sounds like. So you can tell the modded cherry switches, very deep, way more full. But there's something nice about the HMX switches too. You can tell that the HMX switch though has its own like light airiness to it. Again though, I like these as spacebars. These sound really great as spacebars. I just think for these two, and this is typical with Alice style boards, I like loudness. Let's try some of those Type Rs actually. I feel like these Type Rs might be the way. I think this kind of works. Man, this 3mm travel is weird. There it is. Yeah, I think this works. I love how full all of the mods sound. Yeah, I think for the solder build, I'm going to do cherry. Definitely cherry with aluminum. Very, very nice, guys. I think this is a winner. This is definitely a winner right now. These are the switches I helped pick out. So these are the TypePlus X Novel Keys X myself. I don't know if it'll pop up on stream here, but they even say Alexotos on them, which I am humbled by. Bit of a weird way to look at it here because technically it'd be like this. This is technically the side profile like this. What are the specs of these switches? I'm not going to give up all the specs quite yet, but it's going to be around a 57 gram spring. And there's a custom blend for the bottom, but the top housing is essentially not a mirror duplicate of it, but it's close enough to a milky yellow. So it's kind of blending a whole bunch of stuff that I really like about a Switch into one. All right, shall we see what this sounds like now? So now we get to try the Boomerang with some different switches in the aluminum plate. I do like this a lot more than the other build. A lot more. I am curious with GMK as well. Yeah, it's not going to be a huge difference, by the way. The alphas, I mean, not even these particular bars won't be huge, but we can definitely see. Do you guys like this particular one more or the Sonyas more? The other builds with the Sonyas, so they were a lot brighter. Yeah, like the thing with the alphas from GMK versus Keycaps. GMK definitely has, again, it's like 80% there. GMK's, the fullness of their keycaps is definitely more present. But it's so close that you really have to be listening, obviously. Like, I don't know. I definitely prefer GMK, but even with Keycaps, this sounds... I do like this build more. I am happy we rebuilt it, because I do plan on using this board. So I am really happy we chose to do it with different switches. This sounds really good. I think this sounds even better than the first time we did it. Really? I like this space-bars a lot on this. This is a really good... Like, one of the few Alice boards which I'll say I love the space-bars on. Yeah, Laminar, you crushed it with this. Talk to you guys soon, and love you guys. Bye-bye, everybody.